Hi guys. Some weeks ago I shared my idea of using a pen holder with my CR10 to print on fabric, and what you can see here is I used my CR10, a pen holder and a marker for textiles to print this t-shirt. You see, it's not perfect, but I got a process down to get really reliable results. The most important thing about getting this thing right is to use really a tidy workspace. You have to be super professional about it, otherwise it won't work. Something like this, like really tidy and professional. Now, this is my pen holder. It's pretty simple design. Just put it on like this. There's a 5mm screw and a 6mm nut in there. You could actually print these out, but I think metal parts are just more reliable. And you need some kind of textile marker. Yeah, I think the adding is pretty good, but you could use cheaper ones, like just these I got for like $5 on Amazon or something like this. Yeah, that's it. And you need the higher set stop. That is just because our pen holder adds some Z height on our printer, and we can just use some more control. So I'm going to show you how to set up your print bed, and we'll go for it. Next thing is you need something you want to print, like this picture here. You can print with several colors but you have to swap out your marker. And yeah, pictures like this work the best. You really have to look for like big lines. If it's too detailed, the marker tip is too big, so you won't get a detail. So get something like this. Now to the software side on this, we just open Cura and load our picture here. You want to have just printing in one layer, so we put a height at 0.2. We don't need a base, and we have to say how big it is. I go for 250mm in depth, darker is higher, and no smoothing. This is pretty important because we're gonna add some offset on the y-axis through that pen holder. So, okay, we load our model. Here it is. You can see it's a little bit rugged here. That's just the quality of the picture, but I really like the design. Big oval fan. Yeah, let's look at layers, what it's actually going to print at the end. Okay. Here we are. First of all, we get rid of that skirt. Now that we see what's actually going to print here, we're gonna have to set some settings right. Here we go. I just go from top to bottom. Here, layer height 0.2 is the same height as our model. Line width 0.4 is okay. Top bottom, it's all okay. Now, shell. We don't actually need to change anything. We can change this from lines, from concentric to lines. I prefer that. It actually doesn't really matter too much. My computer is too slow. We don't care about that seam or something like that. Come on. Infill. 100%. Doesn't really matter, but just in case it wants to make something here hollow. Now, material, temperature is 0 everywhere. Nozzle 0, build plate 0. Diameter, flow is not important. Retraction is important because we need to, when it's printing on the fabric, it has to go up and down again. So we want to say enable retraction. Retraction distance doesn't mean minimum travel. Put this to 0. Speed is okay. We can adjust this in the printer at the end. We don't care about this. Now, travel is pretty important. Setup when retracted. So it goes, when it retracts, it goes up. We want to make that pretty high. I just take 4 or 5 millimeters. God damn. So just we have a lot clearance between our fabric and the marker when it moves. Cooling doesn't matter. Build plate adhesion, nothing. Now we wait and we see this is gone here. So we actually configured our printer to go down, draw on the fabric, go up, draw the next bit. Yeah, I think that's it from the software side, so we just save our file to the SD card and we go over to the printer. So, now I'm going to show you how to actually draw on the thing with the TR10. First of all, get your fabric here, get it real tight. Actually, you should get it tighter, but I think it will work out. Just clamp it down or use something just not to stretch it. You see when the pen drags above it, it should not move it too much. So, we got our pen holder mounted here, it's just press fit. We got our Z height stop here, it's just so you can take it out and put it on again. Pretty easy little thing, but works out really well. Put it on there. First thing we're gonna do is auto home or printer. So prepare, auto home, auto home. As we can see, it's a little bit higher than usual. And what you're gonna do next is move your axis to get it over your print bed. Not wide. Too wide. And now we are gonna apply the pen in the right way. So what you're gonna do to apply the pen is, first of all, get a pen. It's a textile marker. I really like this one, but it's kind of empty right now, so I don't know how this will actually turn out, but we'll see. What you're gonna do now is go and prepare, move axes, go to the lowest resolution, 0.1 millimeter, and move your Z. So just put it up 0.2 or something like that. Yeah, something like this. And now we're gonna put on our textile marker like this. We screw it in place. You can see it's quite solid on there. It's touching and it's making a little dot, and it will, when we print, this will be the height. We're printing it, so this should work fine. So now we're pretty much ready to print. Oh yeah, and super important, no filament, because it would just droop out there and make a mess, so pretty important. So what we're going to do now is go to our prepare, move our Z axis up a bit, just to, yeah, that, move it up, so when we move it here, it doesn't actually draw on the fabric. And now the only thing left to do is to print our G-code. Here, CR10, Animal Farm, and here we go. So first it turns the axis. See, it's nice and level here. Of course the bed has to be leveled. And we start printing. Maybe it will. See how it's actually starting to print on here. You could use a marker with a finer tip or something to get it done right. So here you can see what is done. Unfortunately, what I expected is this was kind of empty. So as you can see, the parts that printed first are a lot darker than the later parts. So you can see actually here. And so I stopped it, but yeah, it's a pretty easy solution. You get a new marker, you load exactly like this. You just swap the marker out and let it draw over it again. So that's actually not too bad, but I think this is fine for me. If you want to pull it off really nice, use a full marker. It's just I can't buy one today, so that's it. This is half empty as well, so I have to call for that today. But as you can see, it turns out pretty good, I think. And well, there are other techniques to print on fabric which I have seen. You could print with flexible filament directly into it, but I think this is fairly easy. It's pretty cheap. You could use all sorts of colors, like if you want pink or red or orange or whatever. It's no problem to print with multiple colors. You just do 2 G-codes, one for one color, one for the other color. And yeah, I think the biggest argument for it is that it's really easy to accomplish. I started 3D printing 4 months ago and I was able to pull this off. So I'm not professional or anything at all. As you can see, sorry for my accent and the bad video editing and everything, but I think you should get the idea and, well, enjoy printing t-shirts and bags and what you could not. Oh yeah, and one thing which is better than with flexible filament is you can just change this out with a normal marker and maybe, I don't know, make a design for your laptop. Mine's from work, so I won't do that, but yeah, you could basically print on anything which has a flat top surface. So if you want to, I don't know, get a design on your spool or something, or anything, you can go for it. So, thanks for watching. I hope it got some new ideas. Maybe some professional YouTuber will do a video about this, which is much more edited and more professional, and someone who knows actually something about 3D printing and not like me just doing stuff. Alright, bye bye.